Welcome to the Cabral Concept, where board-certified naturopath and integrative health practitioner Dr. Stephen Cabral shares how he was diagnosed at the age of 17 with a life-altering illness and given no hope for recovery. It was only after studying and traveling all over the world did he discover how to combine ancient Ayurvedic healing practices with state-of-the-art naturopathic and functional medicine to fully rebalance the body and re-energize it with life. It's time to discover how to get well, lose weight, and finally feel alive again. And now, here's your host, Dr. Stephen Cabral.
Hi, everyone, and welcome back to the show. Great to have you with me here today. Can't wait to dive into today's mindset and motivation topic, which is the way that we speak to ourselves, the way that we think leads to the actions in our life. And there are two different types of mindset to have. And we're going to be going over both of those today. One of them will lead you forward in life. It will make you very successful. It will allow you to achieve any goal you set for yourself in any aspect of your life. So that's a great thing. That is what we want. But the direct opposite then will hold you back from everything it is that not only you want, but that you deserve. Because if you're looking to achieve something in the world that will bring great service to others, that will also make you very successful, the world wants that, and that you should achieve those things. Everyone will be better for it. I remember many years ago myself saying, if only I had the energy, I would be able to do this, this, and this. And that was the truth. That was the truth of the matter. If I had the energy, I felt I would be able to then speak to more people. I would be able to do more with my life. I would be in a better mood and mindset so that I would have a better, positive, a greater effect on others. Not only that, I just wouldn't walk around so upset, so angry, and, overall depressed that I wasn't in the place that I wanted to be in life. The problem was that no one taught me. So for many, many years, I was walking around with what's called a reactive mindset. So I want to teach you about that first today. I want to go over what it means to have a reactive mindset, because it's this type of mindset that's going to hold you back in life. And it's going to force you to struggle for a lot longer than you would like. And even if you push through the struggle and you achieve your goals in life, they may be taken back from you. Because unless your mindset changes along with it, you're just going to go back to what we call a set point. And I've done a podcast on this before as well. But everybody has this set point that they've created for themselves in their mind about what they believe they are, what they believe they can achieve, and who they are at a core level. And if this mindset does not change to match your life, or if you don't change that mindset, you want to get the life that you want. Now, if you get it because you struggled, you just push through, unless you're willing to grind day in and day out, you're going to lose that because it doesn't match up with who you are, who you believe you are at a core essence-based level. So today, what we're going to do is go over the reactive mindset versus the proactive mindset. I will teach you about the reactive mindset, the one that I used to live in, and now moving towards that proactive mindset. Nobody's perfect. Nobody will ever be perfect, at least not me. But we can push towards it, right? We can move towards that. So here's the reactive mindset. The reactive mindset is this. If you've ever found yourself jealous of someone else that has what you want, that is a reactive mindset. You see something, you believe it should be yours, and you put the other person down. You say, I can't believe they have that relationship, that job, that financial success, that level of health, that body, whatever it is. And then you might start making excuses because the reactive mindset is based around excuses. And we'll get to that language in a moment that reactive people use. And remember, once you know this information, there's a couple things I want you to do. One is that you'll be able to catch yourself, which is really what it's all about. And again, I've spoken about this many times. The most important thing that you can achieve in life is self-awareness. I honestly believe that because as you become more self-aware, you're going to understand and catch all of the things that are not leading you to a more positive and happy life. So really, that's what it's all about. That's what I want to teach. But you need to know even what to look for, even if you are self-aware, even if you're always thinking about, what are my thoughts right now? What are my most dominant thoughts? How do I feel right now? What's causing me this type of good or negative based reaction. So if you see someone, again, driving a car that you want, owning a home that you want, and you become jealous, or you get angry at the person, and again, you might not say it to them, but you feel that way inside, you are actually repelling yourself from ever achieving what that person has. And the reason I say that is this, is that you cannot be for something and be against it for someone else. Meaning, like, if you're about abundance, if you believe in abundance in all areas of your life, yet you get jealous of the person having what you want, that means you believe that there's a set number of things that the world can provide. Meaning, like, there's only so many nice homes. There's only so many nice cars. There's only so many great jobs, or there's only so much good health to go around, or body, or spirituality, right? So if you believe that, then you believe in a scarcity-based mindset. That you mean that that's a lack-based mindset. And if you have a lack-based mindset, that means that things are going to run out, that there's never enough, and that you will probably be shortchanged. Now, again, something I had to work tremendously on is realizing, and I'm going to get to this more as the proactive, that you do not need to take from others in order to have for yourself. So we're going to go over that during the proactive mindset, but it was a huge turnaround for me. Huge turnaround. Became so much happier. And I think I was a more agreeable person as well, which again is helpful when you want to be able to speak and interact with others in the world around you. All right, the second one is this. It's pride. Pride is a tough one. And we all have a little bit of pride that goes along with the ego, right? It can help us to do great things. I really believe that. However, if you do work or you do things in your life, or even I've seen people get deep into yoga, or they've gotten deep into some type of healing-based nutrition, whatever it might be, whatever you're into, even positive, it can be negative. It can be negative from the perspective that you're doing it to prove something to others. Meaning, like, even if you're doing something positive, if it's because you are trying to one-up others, we see that a lot, right? In the health-based world, it's like, my diet plan is better than your diet plan, or my weight loss plan is better than your weight loss plan. And you just put everyone else down in order to build yourself up. Basically, it's just like, you're just knocking people down and you're standing on top of them. Well, that's one way to win. That's one way to come out on top. But it's a really ugly way. And it exposes that person's ego, and it also exposes what? Their insecurities. Because hopefully, as you're starting to see, as we move through this reactive mindset, all of these things right now, so far, are based on fear. They're based on worry. You are worried that your time is running out, or you're worried that there's not enough for everyone, so you need to get yours. And when that happens, oftentimes you're taking others down in order to achieve what you want, or trying to literally come up with excuses, which we'll talk about in just a moment, of why you don't have what you're looking to achieve. So what I want to do is understand that when you take an action in life, whether it be in your relationship, and I know there's a lot of people, they're looking to get the upper hand in a relationship. They don't want to be vulnerable. They don't want any of those things to happen because they want to try to grab onto this thing that they believe they have control, right? Because they feel there's a lack of control right now. Whenever you search for something, you mean there's a lack of. So if you are out there searching and doing things to get control, you obviously feel a lack of control. People who feel in control do not try to control others. They do not try to control situations, and they do not try to control the mindset of other people. One is because they know that that's futile. And two, they know that there's no need for it. That is an ego-based play and a pride-based play. So when someone says they don't like something, or they question them on social media, whatever, they get into arguments. They try to prove how smart they are. And really, it's just two people going back and forth that have never met. And a lot of times they have their shields up, right? Their armor is fully laid out, and then they're going to fight to the death. And that's really not what we want to see, but we see a lot of that online. There's not a lot of that collaborative-based mindset that I want to get into when we're talking about proactive. So this is it. It's a non-collaborative-based mindset and way of life. So what you're looking to do is, yes, you'll work with others as long as you get the greatest slice of the pie, or as long as your name gets put in lights for whatever it is, again, notoriety-wise, or in terms of overall health, you will try to steal protocols or try to steal certain things in order to, again, move yourself ahead. But it's very short-sighted. That's the reactive mindset, though. It's in this current moment, not really looking towards the future, but trying to save face, trying to gather control, trying to alleviate fear. So a lot of people in this reactive mindset, they make statements like this, and I really want you to think about and hear these statements. The reason is that a lot of people that if you're an integrative health practitioner out there and you're working with clients, listen for these statements, okay? Very, very important to understand the mindset of a client. And if you are an integrative doctor out there and you're working with patients, think about or listen to their language, because it will tell you how much they're probably going to be able to do or how overwhelmed they are. And I try to teach this because, again, the practice that I practice encompasses everything. We look at everything. But a lot of that's mindset. Remember, in the DESTRESS Protocol that I spoke about in my book, The Rain Barrel Effect, 2 parts were mindset: emotional balance and then success mindset. That's 2 out of 6. That's a lot of my program. But here's why. The reason we get, I believe, the best outcomes out of any practice, and I'm trying not to say that from an ego-based perspective, and we are teaching all of this, is because we're so people-centric. That's it. People are not a number to us. We are trying to help them at a core level, and part of that is changing the mindset. And I just know from my own experience that until I changed my mindset, nothing took hold. I would do well, and then I would relapse. I would get better, and then I would get worse. So, I mean, I could blame it on the doctors, I could blame it on the supplements, I could blame it on whatever. I could blame it on anything. There's a lot of blame when you're in the reactive mindset. But what I didn't get was the reason I couldn't maintain it, and I couldn't get to that next level, is because everything was reactionary. Oh, it's working today. Oh, no, it's not working today. And then I would just be a yo-yo. I would go up and down, up and down. So I want you to listen for this language. Yourself first, and then in others, right? Our motto in the integrative health practitioner is heal yourself, heal others. So you totally optimize your body, and you don't have to wait, but while you're doing that to help others, you can still teach. And here's the thing, though. It's a never-ending thing. That's why this is such an amazing field, is that I am just constantly saying, how can we take this to the next level? What else can we do? What are we missing? What can we integrate? And that gets me excited. You know, I'm working on so many different new rejuvenation-based techniques and research and trying to integrate the old of Ayurveda and traditional Chinese medicine, which has great Qi-based protocols. And then how do we do that with state-of-the-art? And so those are things I'll be doing for absolutely the rest of my life, for sure the rest of my life, and teaching it for many decades to come. So here's the language, though. I want you to watch this. Okay. The statements such as, I have to, meaning that when you say I have to, before that, it's the tone. So if someone says, I have to, meaning like, well, they have no other choice, right? There's no choice. Or if only I was brought up in this type of family, if only I had parents like this, if only I was in a relationship like that, if only I was taught, if only, watch for that. Or I can't do this, I can't do that. It's a defeated-based mindset. It's a defeated-based action step, because I can't prohibits you and precludes you and gives you the out of not having to take action. I can't. I just can't. Not even that you'll try. You could say, I'll try. I'll talk about that in a moment for proactive, but I can't. It stops you from trying to do more. Or you say this, that person is so lucky. So when you bring luck into the equation, really harmful. If you're a person that believes in a lot of luck, very, very harmful, because you wait for that luck to swing around towards you. But the problem is this, the luckiest people I've met in the world work really hard, and then they get lucky. So it's interesting how that happens. Hard work plus proper mindset, putting yourself in the position to succeed, eventually you succeed, and we see it as luck. You know, oftentimes we miss the decade of hard work that went into it to get that one break. So it's how many times in a given day, week, month, or year can you put yourself in position to succeed? That's great luck. Now, we're not talking about scratching a lottery ticket luck. I'm not talking about that. Those are games. We're not talking about games. We're talking about your life, right? We're talking about how do you hit the lottery in all areas of your life on you, with you being the one to do that, not giving in to someone else's power. We'll talk about that in 1 second. So that person is so lucky, or that's just the way that it is, or that's the way it's always been. When you hear that, it's just the way that it is. You hear that defeated voice from within. The person who's not willing to take control of their life. So that's the biggest thing in the reactive mindset as we switch now to the proactive is the reactive mindset shows that you do not believe you are in control. You're living in fear and trying to control life through excuses. And that's it. You're in fear. You're insecure. And I don't mean that in a bad way. I really don't. Because we all start there. Before we become secure in who we are, we're first insecure. Unless we just had this amazing, upbringing by philosophers or people that just knew all of these things, because who taught our parents, right? And if your parents weren't taught, how are they supposed to teach you? These things are not taught in school. They're not taught in any school, and you have to read them on your own. That's the interesting thing. And I wonder that. I just don't understand why we're taught trigonometry and we're not taught about the power of the mind. Don't get that. I'm assuming it's because we try to just keep people in a autonomous-based, straight-line factory workers. I don't see any other way. I just don't understand what's more important than teaching people the right mindset. Because if you're in the right mindset, you can figure anything out. Again, we have to learn things for basic education. I get it. I understand that. But really, over the next 10 years, it's going to be almost for naught. Because anything you learn is just going to be within seconds. You can look it up and get the answer. So it's good to know how to problem solve. And that's what we're talking about here today. But for you to have to figure out all the nuances of all the stuff that I had to learn and probably you had to learn in school, like advanced calculus. I mean, again, I don't know a day in my life beyond school that I've ever had to do it. Now, did it help me think in certain ways? Sure, I agree with that. I don't disagree with it. But there are other ways to do that as well. And I just believe in mindset over almost everything. So if someone asks me the first place to get started, I do a lot of interviews, do a lot of speaking. And people always ask, if you could only recommend one book out of the thousands of books that you've read or heard about, what's that one book? And that's a lot of pressure on me. Like, I'm supposed to solve all of the problems in one book. So I always give a book on mindset. I always do. Always. Because I can give you the plan that I know is going to help you succeed in any area of your life based in my realm, which is, the health and wellness and weight loss and anti-aging realm. I can give you that. And I know it'll work. Would you have to make some tweaks along the way? Sure. But who doesn't? I mean, that's because you do have your own body. It is unique in certain ways. It doesn't mean the protocol won't work. It means it just needs to be tweaked a little bit for you, a tiny bit. That's it. But if you don't have the mindset first, you're not going to be able to follow through. And the first obstacle you hit, you're going to stop. So it's all about the mindset first. All right, let's get into the proactive mindset. This is the mindset that you need to cultivate. And it means that it's not going to happen overnight. When you cultivate a garden or a farm, you literally start by creating new soil. You either bring in new soil or you compost or you do something to bring and fertilize the land. So when you put that first seed in there, it actually has a better chance to grow. But once you put that first seed in there, it takes months of care and watering and sun and the right temperature. And sometimes seasons, you plant in the fall and it comes up in the spring or summer. And you do that knowing and believing that it's going to happen because you laid the groundwork, right? It's my favorite analogy because it's the truth, is that first we work on ourselves, the soil, the terrain. Then we plant the seeds of desire, of goal setting, and then we put in weeks, months, years of work, and all of a sudden we have that harvest. And then we get to enjoy. That's what it's all about. And then what do? We do it again. And we do it again. And I've done podcasts on this as well. It's why that you should enjoy the journey. And I never believed this before. Honestly, it was till like 5 years ago. 5 years ago, I just started. That's it. And it's because I would set goals, achieve goals. And after I achieved them, I was like, oh, that was great. What's the next goal? I mean, that's it. Like I enjoyed it, but we are humans being, right? We are literally living a life. And if you don't have goals, if you don't feel like you have purpose, you lose passion. Life doesn't seem that interesting. But for those people that are out to achieve anything, now again, it could be anything, being the best parent out there, being the best teacher, being the best police officer, being the best doctor, health coach, etc. That's passion. That's purpose. You know what you're doing. And then you come home and take care of your family, and you have a lot of different goals. So you have different aspects. And that's why I talk about it from the perspective of family, relationships, spirituality, your career, and your health and your body, right? All of them are important. You work on all of them. You have different goals for each one of those. Well, remember, you wouldn't even bother setting goals in that way if you had the reactive mindset, because you didn't feel like you were in control. Now, a lot of people, though, are in control of certain areas of your life. I've shared this before. I've worked with millionaires and billionaires. And I'll tell you this, they're great in the financial areas of their life. Like, they're big believers, good mindset in that. But sometimes when it comes to their body, not good. Or it comes to their health, not good. Or their relationships, not good. Or their spirituality, not good. Because they have a different mindset in those areas. Remember, some people are great in their health and they're great in their overall body, but poor in their career because they don't have the belief in that part. But if I'm a believer, if you can achieve one of those areas, you can bring those wins over to others. So let's talk about that proactive mindset now. The first one is this: you want the best for others. You want the best for others. So when you see someone out there, and believe me, I had to change this one for myself. So when I saw someone out there and they were doing something great, whatever it might be, like literally whatever it might be. Maybe they were very successful in their career, or they had the health, right? I saw them like running around and doing all the things that I wanted to do with that abundant energy. Instead of getting upset saying, I wish, that's another one of the reactive mindset. I wish I could do that. No. There's no wish. No, what I did was I said, that's amazing. That is amazing. I'm going to be able to do that as well. I can't wait. It's going to happen. And I'll talk about that reactive language, or I should say the proactive language. So there's no scarcity, meaning that if I saw someone, and I'm not a big car guy, to be honest with you, but if I see someone with an amazing car, this wouldn't be me, but I'm going to give you another example. They're driving an amazing car, and let's say you're a car person. Instead of getting upset like, oh, I wish I had that, or I can't believe they have that, you could say, that's phenomenal. That's fantastic. I'm so happy for them. If you do that, you show there's no scarcity. You can have that too if you want. And you're happy for them. That to you is going to bring a more positive vibration. That matters, right? That resonance matters. We know that now. All right, the second one is this. Instead of focusing on pride and the ego, I need you to believe and think about more of your mission and your vision. So there's nothing wrong with having a strong mission. I say all the time, without pride or ego, we are creating the largest and top virtual functional medicine practice in the world at equilibriumnutrition.com. I believe that. And I say it and I work towards it with no ego, because I'm one small piece of that. I teach, that's my part of it, and I formulate the products and I create all the protocols. That's what I do. My team, and I have a huge team and an amazing team, they order the product, they make sure it's there on time, they make sure the labels are correct, they do all the email customer support, they handle our cabralsupportgroup.com, and they do all of that. So it's not me. It's a vision and a mission that we are all on. When we get together on our team calls, we talk about the vision, we talk about what we're trying to do, and we work towards achieving that. So it becomes mission-driven of what we want to do. We're not trying to be better than anybody else. That's not it. We're trying to serve to the highest degree possible. And we know by doing that, everyone wins. Everyone's successful. But the people we help have to be successful first. They have to do better, right? It has to be the best for them. So that's what we try to do. We try to be the best for them. How can we have better shipping? How can we cut down on times? How can we have better turnaround? All of these things we're always talking about. How can we improve? How can we improve? That's it. But it's fun because we're focused on the mission of being the best. Not the best for us, but the best as what it represents of our mission and vision to help others out there. The next one is this. You have to understand and really get clear on, what are you passionate about? What's your purpose? And you don't have to be someone that's like jumping up and down and just like, crazy with whatever it is that they do. You don't have to be that one-sided. It's just, you can say something like, I really enjoy, and whatever it is. I really enjoy helping new moms to reduce stress, sleep through the night, get on a better schedule. And you could find a phenomenal, like a huge niche right there as an integrative health practitioner doing that for new moms. Or you could say, I really enjoy helping guys over 40 boost testosterone naturally and getting into a normal workout schedule 3 days a week. Like, that's another great niche. So you can just be passionate about something that allows you to feel like you're doing some good in the world. It can be also that, let's say that you are a stay-at-home mom or stay-at-home dad. And you can say, I'm going to make sure that my kids get what I never had. Or you can make sure that my children are raised to the very best of my ability, whatever it might be. And that's everyone's goal. It's always to the best of your ability, not to someone else's, not to the best in the world, and not being perfect, because nobody is. So that's what we should strive for. The other one is this. Instead of always focusing on how you can win and get the biggest piece of the pie, it's always about collaboration. How can you bring others onto your team? My team knows that I'm not looking to create super stress in any one of their lives. When you've met your limit for what you can do, you're doing great work. Can we automate things? Can we make it streamlined? If not, bring more people onto the team. That's it. As we grow, we can lift others up. It's always about lifting others up. That's it. So your goal cannot be you have to win first. The most successful people in the world that I've seen in any area of life is, how can I help other people to achieve their goals? Thereby helping them to achieve their goals, I can also achieve mine. Great way to look at life. Really. That goes, again, for your kids. It goes for yourself. It goes for parents. It goes for anybody. How can I help others to live an even better life? You do that, trust me, you will get everything that you want out of life. All right, the reactive mindset is this. It shows that you are in control. You feel like you believe you are in control of your life. So you are the one thinking the thoughts of, may not have it yet, but it's there. It's coming. It's soon. I'm going to make it happen. Right? The language is, let's make it happen. Let's see what we can do. If things don't go your way, well, what are the alternatives? How can we look at things differently? How can I learn from this so it doesn't happen in the future? Or I refuse, if you're in a bad situation, I refuse to let this be my destiny. I refuse that, yes, I'm down right now, but I refuse to stay down. I refuse to live life like this. I'm moving forward to more positive things. And even if you don't believe in your own power, you can believe in a higher power. You can believe in something out there right now that's helping to guide you. And it can be anything. You can be someone that believes in the universe. You can believe someone that believes in God. Whatever it is that you choose, if you don't feel the strength inside of you, look to a higher power. Have faith that we talked about like last week, that you can make it happen, that you're drawing upon someone else's or something else's power when you're at your low point. And if you do that, it will give you back the feeling of control that you're borrowing from something else or someone else right now. Until you get back on your feet, you take back control, and then you step forward saying, okay, I can do this. We can do this. We're moving forward. Remember, a reactive person finds problems, where a proactive person always sees solutions. Hopefully today's podcast was helpful. Thanks so much for tuning in to another Mindset and Motivation Monday. Every Monday, I love starting the week like this. And of course, if today's topic was helpful, please do feel free to pass it along to anyone else you believe it could serve. Are you ready to heal yourself and then go on to heal others? If so, the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute can help you discover proven functional medicine protocols that blend the best of 7 different healing disciplines from around the world. I personally share with you the exact handouts and protocols I use in my private practice that enable people to get well, lose the weight, and live longer, stronger. I want to pass this information on to the next generation of health coaches, and that is exactly why I created IHP. We are the future of the health coaching industry, and the skills and knowledge you will learn will make you an in-demand certified health coach anywhere in the world. Although we have many medical professionals taking the IHP certifications, no experience is necessary, and half our members have no previous health certifications. At the Integrative Health Practitioner Institute, our motto is a health coach in every home. Our goal is that you take this knowledge and then share it with family, friends, loved ones, your community, or in a practice where you create a career you love and can be proud of. The global IHP community is filled with some of the most kind and caring people in the world, and we can't wait to welcome you into our world soon. For more information or to set up a discovery call with one of our IHP Health Coach graduates, simply head over to integrativehealthpractitioner.org.